We're going to go through the procedure for recording joint vibration analysis. Now, this trace is going to be joint vibration analysis only, also known as JVA Quick. In order to access the program, we simply double-click on the icon. We're going to enter a new patient for recording. And your date of birth, Shane?
2/20.
Now I've entered Shane as the patient, clicking OK. Because we have no data in Shane's file, he's a new patient, it jumps immediately to the record mode. Now, to record JVA by itself, all I need to do is to click on the JVA Quick button. The computer will automatically ask me for the patient's maximum opening distance. Now, this is the measurement when the patient opens as wide as they can, from incisal edge to incisal edge, plus any overbite. That will give us the actual movement of the mandible. In Shane's case, we've already measured this, and it's 50 millimeters. Then we click OK, and the computer now asks for lateral deflection at maximum opening. Now, this measurement is not a lateral deviation. In other words, we are not looking for the patient who, when they open, their jaw moves out to the side and then comes back to midline. The lateral deflection is when the patient is fully open. Is their jaw off of midline, left or right? Now, this can be a little bit difficult to see. Sometimes patients or staff like to hold up a piece of dental floss along the midline or a millimeter ruler, something like that, to be able to gauge how far the patient is moving left or right. So you have the patient open as wide as they can, and you judge, are they off of midline? In Shane's case, he opens very straight. So when he's fully open, we simply will put 0 because he doesn't deflect at all. If this number were, let's say they deflected 3 millimeters to the right when they were fully open, you'd simply type in 3 and click on to the right. Since Shane does not deflect, I'll leave this at 0. Now, you'll place the JVA headset over the temporomandibular joints, and I'll show a photograph of what that should look like in just a minute. When the JVA headset is over the joints, we simply click OK, and the instrumentation will begin recording. You instruct the patient to open and close in time with this animation of a face here. The patient should be opening as wide as they can, and when they see the animation's teeth come together, they should be tapping their teeth. What you'll notice is that this green line here is being drawn, goes up and down in time with the animations opening and closing. What you'll also see is spikes immediately above and below these white peaks here and here. That's the patient's teeth hitting. The other spikes that you see are vibrations that are occurring in the joint as the patient opens and closes. Once the patient has been opening and closing for 10 seconds in time with the metronome, you simply click Accept to accept the trace, and our JVA trace will be displayed here. We want to make sure that the patient's tooth contacts are in time with the peaks. In other words, right here, this is the patient opening and closing. There's Shane, a little vibration from Shane's teeth hitting there and there. Now, we'd like to see them a little bit more over, so they're right on top of and right below the peaks here. But for demonstration purposes, what I'm going to do is save this trace. You simply click on Save and type in your comments. We could also double-click on any of these quick comments here. For example, Shane is not wearing an orthotic. So if I double-click on Without Orthotic, it throws that into the field as well. Once we click OK, the comments that we've put in are saved on the bottom of the screen, and we know that this trace is saved because the Save area is grayed out. If we'd like to record another JVA trace, for example, if he has a splint that we want to test, we can just click Start, record another trace, or we can click Quit, and we can take another test. For example, we could take resting EMG if we wanted to.